This is the time in our meeting where we have an opportunity for public comment. Obviously, we have a large number of people here, and we want to make sure that you all have an opportunity to speak that wants to. We want to make sure that we show respect not only to the meeting, but to each other. No political comments, please. No personal attacks on anybody, please. Limit your comments to 5 minutes. And whoever wants to go first then will oblige you as best we can.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Dan Wood. I live in Brady, former county commissioner myself. I've come here today because I'm indignant, I'm outraged, and I'm ashamed. And I've written this out because I don't want to lose my temper on this. I'm indignant about the distortion of truth. The truth is, the Department of Labor and Industries was harassing small businesses and trying to collect payroll taxes on independent contractors who collect decorative forest greens. It's kind of like going out and picking blackberries or cascara bark, like many of us did when we were kids. A small business has no control over the hours of work, the breaks, the working conditions, or any other aspect of the harvesting. They simply buy the product that has been collected. That's the nature of a contractor. An employee, you control the work environment and you control the work site. The Cascade Floral Greens case, which has been portrayed to you with a different name in what you've been handed, is commonly referred to as the brush picker case. It was based on labor and industries trying to make small businesses responsible for things over which they have no control. The case had absolutely nothing to do with immigration or the legal status of the workers. It had to do with whether they were employees or contractors. It is a blatant misrepresentation to claim anything else, and I have previously informed the proponent of the message you heard today that he is spreading false information. It seems so that the potential for political gain and pandering to the public has overcome respect for the truth. I'm outraged at the disregard for taxpayer dollars that has been expressed here today. Employment law is a very delicate area. It's fraught with risk of lawsuit. As an employer, if you question documents too much, or if you hire someone illegally, you can get sued you can get hammered by the government. You can get sued for discrimination. The I-9 form, which I have here, and I'll hand this for you to look at. The I-9 form has some revealing information on it. It is a report on the presentation of documents to the potential employer, from the employee giving the documents to the potential employer. And the employer attests that the documents appear to be genuine and to relate to the individual. That's language lifted directly from the I-9. The employer is warned on the I-9, and it's at the very top of the I-9 form, that, quote, it is illegal to discriminate against work-eligible individuals. Employers cannot specify which documents they will accept from an employee. Homeland Security has issued more than 45 pages. I'll give this to you as well. More than 45 pages have been issued by Homeland Security to help fill out a one-page form. Not surprising from the federal government. But there's so much risk in it, that's why there's so much guidance there. The Office of Special Counsel for Immigration-Related Discrimination is standing on the ready to sue any employer who might refuse a form of identification that may appear to be less than genuine. That's the risk for the employer. Civil rights lawsuits are costly matters. Public agencies are common targets because of the deep pockets. But those are my deep pockets, and those are the deep pockets of everybody else who lives in Grays Harbor and pays taxes here. after 8 years of investigation, 8 years of investigation, and $1 million in expenses related to the brush picker case, Labor and Industries had to admit that their actions were frivolous, that they were trying to force employers to be responsible for independent contractors. And now they're negotiating a $500,000 settlement to pay the legal fees of the employers that were being harassed. That's the risk for Grays Harbor County, if you listen to what has been suggested here today. Grays Harbor County does not have $1 million for investigation. Grays Harbor County does not have $500,000 to settle a lawsuit. You're being asked to do something that you have no authority over and is not in the interest of the taxpayers to pursue. So for purely political gain and pandering to the public, certain advocates are trying to pressure Grays Harbor County to take actions that will add expense to county operations, add expense to small businesses, and expose the county and taxpayers to the risk of multi-million-dollar lawsuits. I've had enough. It's time to speak out against the nonsense. I sat here, it's been more than 6 years, but I sat here and listened to this nonsense over and over and over. And I was told, well, we just need to go out to Walmart and sit there and you can see all of the illegals. So my question was, can we tell by the color of their skin? Well, I'm not racist, mind you. Well, how else is it the way they walk? Do they have a certain gait? How else are you going to tell by observing? I was told that people were going to be out in the county forest lands with cameras, and they were going to, with their cameras, document the illegal aliens. Is it by the color of their skin? Shame on you. Shame on you for your suggestions.
Your 5 minutes is up, okay?
Yes, over 5. Please give it.
I have friends who look different than me, who are just as much citizens as I am. My friends' families come from India, Haiti, Nigeria, China, Spain, New Zealand. I even have friends from Montana and Mississippi. They all look different. And it is discrimination to look at one of them and say, you are not a citizen. Show me your papers. That was another time and another place when you would be on the streets. And the government would come up and ask you for your papers. Finally, well, let me just summarize this. This is not a county issue. The county has no authority to modify immigration law. If people want to have a national ID card, if they want to have the county regulating this, they're going to have to talk to their members of Congress in order to get more unfunded mandates on the county and on small businesses. It's time we stop the nonsense and stop demanding what appears to be discrimination.
Anyone else?